football for the love of the game. Dance football for the love of the game.
Hello, welcome. This is another Friday, and a beautiful Friday, and welcome to Friday Night Football Club. This is where we dissect every issue that actually what happened during the week and still even happening. So I want to actually welcome you again for this beautiful Friday. I hope you are keeping well. I greet you here from Manchester. I remain your very reliable host, Smith Lai, and I'm going to actually have my co-host join me very soon. So apologies for actually for keeping you waiting. I had to do some few things. Guys, welcome. Just tell me again when you actually were joining me from. Let me know. Are you joining from Nigeria? Is it from Cameroon? Is it from America? Is it from Ghana? Is it from anywhere in the world? Just tell me where you are joining from before we kickstart the program very soon. So tell me where you're joining. I can see Ahmed is already actually in the building. When Wolf Cry, my brother from Germany, is also in the building. Olu Odubayo Mobolaji is also here. Thank you guys for actually tuning in today. Today's going to be action-packed today. And Liverpool, your neighbor. Oh, Cope, thank you for actually joining. Monso Ogungbade, I'm from Manchester. No, you are from Canada. So thank you again for actually joining. So also Abiola Azizfu, my doctor from Canada, thank you for joining. The official Femi, thank you for actually joining too from US. That's my brother from Ekiti, joining from actually from US. So joining from the planet Mars. Okay, at least we have fans now in the planet Mars. So today we're gonna actually discuss few things, and we're going to actually give others to opportunity to actually come on and actually make their contribution. So that is how we're going to actually start. There's this popular saying. They say that charity actually begins at home. We're going to start with the Wafubi on the 17th. That's going to actually take place. So the draws came out, and the developing news today is that Burkina Faso will not be participating in these competitions. So they withdrew. So there's going to be only two. There's going to be only two countries in Group A, and also 3 countries in Group B. So I don't know how they want to format it. Maybe the winner between Ghana and Benin Republic will just face the top placed team in Group B. Maybe that's actually what they actually trying to do. But as soon as Wafubi decides on what to actually do, I will actually let you know. But I have my man here is actually waiting. It's waiting and actually ready to join us. So let me just try and actually welcome my brother, Dagwada. Dagwada, thank you for joining. Another beautiful Friday.
Another beautiful Friday to talk about the beautiful game of football.
Yeah.
Yes, so I'm glad to be here once again for us to talk about a beautiful game. It's been an interesting week for Nigerian footballers.
Yeah.
The man just did another goal at
on that goal. Yeah, just before we actually came live now.
He can just stop scoring. So
Yeah, we're still gonna go into Lookman's issue, very well. But I want us to start by actually by discussing, I said this before, Charlie begins at home. Let's just start talking about the Chan team. So the Chan team currently now, they are camping in Ikene and actually preparing for Ghana. You can actually see them. Kudos to Kule Shoname, for giving them the facility to actually to use. At least I hope it's going to be free because I don't think NFF can pay. So I think it's actually it's going to be free. They are camping currently in Kenya. So, and the game is going to be in like how many days time now? About 14 days time now. So no, 22nd. So I think it's just like around 2 weeks before now. So let me just ask you this question. You have been clamoring for an home base to be in the Super Eagles. So how big do you think this game can be? Determining maybe the home base player can actually play for Nigeria.
This is very big. This is a platform for them to perform. This is a platform to shine. It's a platform to show the stuff that they are made of. We have a lot of people who clamor for the home base Eagles to be included in the Super Eagles, for them to platform our league. And this is the best platform to announce or show the stuff the NPFL is made of. If you can get a victory against Ghana, if you can make a statement, this is a place to, if you need to make a statement, this is a place to make a statement. To tell Nigerians and lovers of Nigerian football that the NPFL is no jokes. We produce quality, we churn out quality. We give out quality football. And if they can give us quality from this CHAN, then maybe they have a statement to make. But if not, unfortunately.
Yes. For me too. I also think that this actually was a very big platform for them to show that they can actually compete. And, I think that if they can qualify, so that means that it's going to be extremely very, very difficult for Nigeria for them to actually for them to put their case that they can actually compete with the big boys from Europe. So for me, I think that they need to beat Ghana. So if I can read between the lines, I think the game will take place in Ghana. So which actually will be a very big advantage for them. And I also hope the Kenya people too and do some actually some few things. I just hope that I wish the guys actually the best of luck. So that is that. So we're just going to move on very quickly so that we can be able to go to where we want to get to, because there's a lot of things to actually discuss today. But let me just slightly move on to the Club World Cup. You know that the Club World Cup draws actually happened yesterday, and so two teams from England. You can see that. Let me just run through the Club World Cup draws. So Palmeiras, Porto, Al Ahly, and Inter Miami. So that is Messi's Inter Miami. So, and this Group A is of interest to us because we have a Nigerian in that group. That's what Zaidu Sanusi. We hope that it can be fit enough to play this Club World Cup. So in Group B, we have Paris Saint-Germain, we have Atletico Madrid, we have Botafogo, that is actually in Brazil. We also have Setu Sundance, but I don't think we have any Nigeria in this group. But that is just, I'm going to go to your predictions too so that we can check. So in Group C, we have Bayern Munich, we have Auckland City, that's from New Zealand, we have Boca Juniors from Argentina, we also have Benfica. There's also no Nigerian interest here, so we move on. In Group D, we have Flamengo, we have Esperance de Tunis, we have Chelsea, we also have Lyon in Mexico. So we have Nigerian interest here. We have Olushola Ogundana plays for Flamengo in Brazil, and we also have Obushi Oneshi plays for Esperance de Tunis in Tunisia. I saw him play in the Champions League today. It was very, very good in the middle of the pack for Esperance de Tunis. And also in Group E, we have for River Plate, we have Urawa Red Diamonds, we have Montreal, we also have Inter Milan. There's no Nigerian interest there. The one that will have Nigerian interest will have been the guy from Inter Milan, but it's not actually available. So there's no Nigerian interest too in that regard. So, and in what's it called? In Group F, we have for Fluminense, we have Borussia Dortmund, we have Utah, and we have Sundance. So for me, I think there's no Nigerian interest here. Man City, Wydad, Al Ain, Al Ain of Qatar, and also of UAE, sorry, and also Juventus. I think there's also no Nigerian interest there in Group G. In Group H, Real Madrid, Al Hilal, Pachuca, and Red Bull Salzburg. Red Bull Salzburg, there's no Nigerian interest there too. So that this is a Club World Cup. I can see that anti-FIFA people have been coming out to diminish this Club World Cup. That how come the players are playing too much games? Rodri said this thing when he was actually before he got injured, that they are playing too much games. That is extremely unfair on those players. The Club World Cup will start July 15 next year. The final of the Champions League will be played on May 31. I know that your Jordanian club Arsenal will not be playing in this Club World Cup, so it's of less interest to you. But I want to ask you this question: Club World Cup, it should be like a carnival, but why do you think people actually vote against it?
Why I think a lot of people are against it is we feel it's a meaningless. I personally have the same opinion. I feel it's a meaningless competition. We have the World Cup already, but there's no need for the Club World Cup. What's the essence? What's the essence of the competition? Like, countries are already playing Nations League, needless competitions. Like, these players are not even going to rest. Like, the players are participating, they barely have 2 weeks to rest their bodies. They're not machines, they're humans. There's no need for this. Inter Miami did not win the what's it called, but they're included. Why? It's just all politics, in my opinion. Just all politics, because honestly, this isn't needed. This isn't needed at all. Too many injuries. You see these players getting injured. They wouldn't recover properly. You have another game in 3 days. It's too much. The games are too much. The games are, for me, these are needless games.
For me, I just think that I think it's like a bit of power play here. I think FIFA is trying to reduce the power of these European teams. They want to don't forget that they proposed a World Cup of 2 years before, but that one was thrown out of the window. They realize that the money is in UEFA. They are having the Nations League. They are also having all these competitions, and there's big bucks in there.
Like FIFA cannot. So FIFA is saying if the agenda is UEFA getting all the money, it's the way they have sold their leagues. They have sold their leagues in such a way that they are the most teams to be reckoned with, the most populous teams in the world. The Barcelonas, the Real Madrid, the Arsenals, the Chelsea, the Liverpool are European teams. So people want to watch them. So there is no way that they wouldn't make a lot of money. Bringing this, I'm sorry to disappoint FIFA. They might think they'll get a lot of audience, but I don't think this would really be. But give for instance now. Okay, this Al Ahly Inter Miami. Who is interested in watching Al Ahly Inter Miami?
But if you are watching Al Ahly Inter Miami and you know that there's going to be like someone like Davido coming at halftime, see, let me tell you something there.
So like that's the thing. They are trying to Americanize football, and it's not it. It's not. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I understand.
And now they want to force I think Pep was saying at one time they are forcing them that you have to bring your main players because Man City can as well make this their their preseason tournament and play the academy kids.
Yeah, but
it loses its value.
Yeah, the good thing is that I think they will compel to play their first team. And I would love someone like this former Nigerian Attorney International Oguchi Oyewu playing against Cole Palmer. What he never dreamt of, playing against Cole Palmer. Someone like Chola Gudano, trying to take on Rhys James. So these are like opportunities that this Club World Cup can actually bring. So like, I just end. Yeah,
I understand where you're coming from, but even when you see that, the golf in quality will be too much.
It will be too much. Yeah, but let's actually just wait and see. But for me, I think that we should just look for a way to enjoy football and also not try and actually make these guys actually feel like a slave. But I'm going to go to you now. So prediction quickly. We're going very fast. Group A: Flamengo, Porto, Al Ahly, Inter Miami. 2 teams that will qualify. Ooh.
It's Palmeiras, not even Flamengo.
Yeah, it's Palmeiras, yeah.
I think Porto would qualify.
Mm-hmm.
Inter Miami, I won't say Inter Miami, but I don't know. Their team is not strong apart from Messi, Suarez, and their hold legs.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll say Palmeiras and Porto.
Porto. Group B, PSG, Atletico Madrid, Botafogo,
PSG, Atletico Madrid.
C, Bayern Munich, Auckland City, Boca Juniors, and Benfica.
Bayern Munich, Benfica.
For me, I'm going to go against it. I'm going to go say Bayern Munich, Boca Juniors.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
see, so like you would see where I'm saying the golf in quality, because that Benfica team you see, Di Maria is there. They have a lot of talented players. That Benfica team, I'm sure you have not watched it. That's why
I know, but I think that Boca Junior, there's a way that I think Boca Junior we qualify.
I understand where you're coming from, because you feel like, oh, the Argentine league
and in group 1, in that group A too. Sorry, I'm going against you. I think Al Ahly will qualify of Palmeiras. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think Al Ahly will qualify. But I agree with you about PSG and Atletico Madrid. Guys, just you can also take your predictions too. What about Group D? Who is going to qualify from Group D? Flamengo, Esperance de Tunis,
Flamengo and Chelsea.
For me, I think Flamengo and Chelsea, because the Esperance de Tunis I watched today, I don't think, except they actually was reinforced. So we're just giving you this because these guys, they still winter window. So the Nigerian players can sing for all these clubs. So, but for now, I'm just giving you the clips of like the people actually were having as at now. Group E, River Plate, Urawa Red Diamonds, Monterrey, and Inter. Who are you rooting for?
Inter and River Plate.
Yeah, I think Inter and River Plate too. Yeah. Inter and Montreal. I think I go with Inter and Montreal. I just think that the home advantage, the Mexican wave and everything, I don't go against. I think it's going to be what? Inter and Montreal. I think so. So Group F, Fluminense, Borussia Dortmund, Ulsan.
I think Dortmund and what is that?
Ulsan of Korea.
Fluminense.
Fluminense and just Misha, I actually agree with you that I don't think Sundance and the Korean team will do anything. So in Group G, Man City, Wydad, Al Ahly, and Juventus. Who will qualify?
Man City and Juve.
Man City and Juve, yes. Real Madrid, Al Hilal, Pachuca, and Red Bull Salzburg.
This is tough. So Al Hilal they have good players, but they are hold legs. Yeah. So I think I'll go for Real Madrid and Al Hilal.
Okay, Real Madrid and Al Hilal.
It's a close one for me between Al Hilal and Salzburg, though.
For me, I think it's going to be Real Madrid and Pachuca.
Real Madrid
and Pachuca of Mexico.
Smith, like, please, all these people are noting all these things down.
Yes, no, don't worry. We're going to actually look at that. So that is that about the Club World Cup. So I just hope that, one thing about the Club World Cup is that there will be no third place playoff. So you just go straight to the finals. So then it ends it's like a 1 month tournament. So guys, I will off the Instagram very quickly. Go on YouTube at Grand Football 2 and go and join on YouTube, because I'm going to actually off the Instagram very soon. So let me move on to this man. I just finished watching this man play against AC Milan, and I saw this banner in the stadium that to this evening that Lookman CAF award everything. I saw that banner when he scored the goal against AC Milan. Let's just talk about this guy for like 2 minutes. This guy keep on performance over performances. I want to ask you this question: when last do you see a Nigerian player perform this good for club side in a calendar year?
I'll take Victor Osimhen.
But do you think, if you compare Osimhen's performance with Napoli and what Lookman is doing currently, how can you compare the two of them?
It differs, because Osimhen, Osimhen was I would say, like, once that season ended, they were not so great.
Yeah.
This season, the Atlanta team and Lookman
towards the end of last season and this season, they
I saw now that Lookman has scored 18 goals and assists this season already. I think I saw it on Twitter. I think he's close to or on par with Salah, and Salah has been doing crazy numbers too this season. If Lookman continues like this, he will be a contender again for African Footballer of the Year.
Yes, yeah, because guys, just to inform you, December 16 in Cairo, in Morocco, in Marrakech, let's go be the CAF Awards. So, and Lookman will be traveling there, you know, for that award. So I just think that
I hope there's no Mago.
yes, I hope there's no. Yes, I hope there's no actually what Mago too, because I just think that you know, if there's no partiality here, if there's no, you know, any
hands down, Lookman is the winner.
Yes, hands for me, down. I think Lookman should be winner. Let me just hear from you too. Let me just read the comments from you guys. If not that most Napoli players were selfish, Victor Osimhen would have scored up to 55 goals. Okay, do you agree that they were selfish?
I don't agree. Victor himself missed a lot of chances. Let's call it spade a spade.
So as to this thing, so let me I just want to like read a quote from Napoli, from Atlanta president. He said that what's it called? Pakasi on Lookman's future. Our plan is not to change anything in January window. Lookman has scored again tonight, making 10 goals, 5 assists, 17 games in 17 games so far this season. So to tell you that you know, clubs have been looking for a way to get Lookman, but he said that there will be no Lookman sale this January. So let me just hear some few questions. Is that but okay? People are just predicting here. Ila Rusaki, yes. Okay, Ila Rusaki will be playing for Al Ain. Yes, Ila Rusaki will be there. So I didn't mention him. Apologies to Ila Rusaki if she was listening. The tournament is a preparatory to the stage of to World Cup next in 2026. So for me, I just think that the guy is actually fantastic. And if I'm to put it side by side to what Osimhen did and what he did, if Atlanta can win this Scudetto, Scudetto as well they call it, I think it might likely surpass what Osimhen did for me, because the Champions League, Osimhen wasn't that great in Champions League. Let's be honest with ourselves. The Champions League, the Europa League, the AFCON, everything all together. You know,
Atlanta in the Champions League this season have been great.
They've been great, and they are poised to qualify for the knockout stage now. So you know, not only this guy, but this guy is also having the best season of his career. Alex Iwobi. You know, last week we previewed this guy as our player focus, and we discussed, you know, his strengths, his weaknesses. It's like he's watching. You know, I just realized that the confidence level was very high. You know, the way he played against Tottenham Hotspur, and also the way he also played against Brighton. So, what do you make of Iwobi? Do you think that it's just a guy that we don't have any idea of his ability in Nigeria?
Honest, like I said last week, we are not platforming Iwobi properly. Iwobi is a player that if the system is right, Iwobi will think. Iwobi is a wonderful footballer. I saw Iwobi when he broke out into the Arsenal team. Then the goals he was scoring, the way he was flipping the passes. Honestly, like I wish we had the right person in charge. Would have seen better of Iwobi than we have seen in the Super Eagles. Honestly, like if you see the goal he scored yesterday, the second goal, the way he placed the ball, he found himself in the right position, and he works. One thing I even like him for is, though he's an attacker in the Fulham team, he works very, very hard. Yes. He works for the team.
Yes. So so guys on Instagram, I'm just giving you maybe probably like a few more minutes. Go to Gatgan Football 2 on YouTube and actually join there. I'm going to switch it off any moment from now. So for me, I just think that I agree with you that we don't really have, I don't think we have any clue of how best I should use this guy. I just think that any coach coming in, we go get into that very soon. Any coach coming in should look at him very well and see exactly how best we can actually we can use him. For me, I think he's a very talented player, and you know, we should look any possible way just to exploit him. So, but I didn't have graphic for two other guys. If you are checking what is on the screen, I want to talk about Nathan Teller. You know, I saw him. He came on against his old boss. Vincent Company was his old boss when he was at Burnley. He did well. He did so well for Burnley. Company wanted him to remain with them in the Premier League, but Southampton sold him to Leverkusen.
Yes.
Even I know that even now, the guys, Vincent Company is still looking for a way to sign Tintella. I can tell you that for Bayern Munich, because he's a guy that he really likes so much. He said that this boy can play football, and I can tell you that I think this guy can be our Salah. My problem with what his strength is that if he's on the same line with the last defender, my brother, just like the way Salah normally does, he can destroy team. So what do you make of Tela's ability?
Tella is one of the things I like Tella for is in those tight spaces. Tella is very good. He has a quick feet, just like you said, Salah. Salah could in the split of a second, Salah could dribble you and shoot. So he is, and he has his decision making is also something like I commend him for a lot. He's very good at decision making. He doesn't waste the ball. He doesn't waste the ball. He's a quick decision maker. He has a quick feet, and he has a very good understanding of the game.
Yes. So before and I have to talk about Wilfred Ndidi too. It was the man of the match when they played against West Ham. What can you make of him?
I watched the game and Ndidi was solid. He was solid. He was solid in that game.
Yes.
Protected his back line.
Yeah.
He churned like the tackles he made, the way he kept the ball, the way he recycled the ball, the way he started off counter attacks. It was solid in that game. Hopefully, he can keep up those performances.
Thank you. So, guys, finally, I'm just offering it on Instagram now. I'm going to join on YouTube at Gant Football 2. At Gant Football 2. I'm going to put it there again. Maybe some people are just joining at Gant Football 2 on YouTube. Go and join quickly. We just want to make this Instagram at Gant Football 2. Go and Gant Football 2. Guys, if you are also there too, go and share with your friend if you cannot locate it at Gant Football 2 on YouTube. I'm already about to remove the stream on Instagram now. So guys, go to YouTube and actually join. I'm gonna remove it. I won't give any notice again. Just remove it straight on Instagram. Then just go to YouTube and actually join. And if you want to contribute too, I'll post the link on YouTube as soon as possible. Then you can actually join. So let me just put it there on YouTube. I'm going to remove the stream now, because there's one part you don't want to miss. That's the Super Eagle coaching job. You better go to YouTube now. There's one part.
We have another T.
There's that part you don't want to miss. There's two parts. The player focus. We're focusing on one beautiful player today. The player focus. We are introducing another segment here, scouting Super Eagles. So we're looking at today now. We're looking at Germany. See, go to at Gant Football 2. See at Gant, just put at Gant Football 2 there. Just put at there at Gant Football 2 on YouTube. On YouTube at Gant Football 2 like this on YouTube. Type it like that on YouTube. Then it's gonna come out. I don't know how to actually open this one because I'm not using my other this thing. Let me see, maybe I can pin it on this time coming. I will see, maybe I can pin this thing. Against Football 2 on YouTube. Okay, pin comment. Let me just try and pin. I think it's pinned now. Yeah, it's pinned it at Against Football 2 on YouTube. Go there and actually go and join, because I'm going to actually remove it from this thing. I can see people actually leaving already. So I'm going to follow you on YouTube. Pin it. That's it. 2. Just type it directly like that at Against Football 2 on YouTube. It's going to actually come out. Then you can just join us straight away. So I'm actually that is that about Nigerian players, performing well. I hope that they also have a very good weekend too this week. I know that you'll be praying that this man should not score against your team. That's his form. He should keep it in his pocket, and and he should not score against Arsenal this weekend. But for me, I'm going to be rooting for Alex Iwobi. I hope that the honeymoon actually continues, with his performance. So that is actually that on that. So now we want to move to our scouting Eagles. That is our new segment called Scouting Eagles. So we want to talk about that. So it's like a new segment I'm introducing. So, and the reason why I'm doing that is that I spoke to some people very close to the authority also, they don't know some of these players. Maybe because they are lazy to find them, they don't know some of these players. So I want to just try and come on and actually educate them more about some of these guys. So I'm going to start by putting these guys. These are Nigerian players. Nigerian players in eligible players in what? In Germany. So I came up with this graphic. Eligible Nigerian players in what? In the Bundesliga. So I did not consider Bundesliga 2. I also did not consider what Bundesliga 3. I only considered what? Bundesliga, or just the Bundesliga. It's okay because I just want to focus on like top talents and actually what they're doing there. So let me just give you a run through about the players now. David Odogu, I think it's Odogu. He plays for Wolfsburg in the German Bundesliga. And Nnamdi Collins, a lot of people will know this guy. He plays for Frankfurt, in the German Bundesliga. Bruno Ogbus actually plays for Freiburg, and actually in the Bundesliga. Justin Njima is one of my favorite player. He plays for Werder Bremen in the German Bundesliga. Oladapo Afolayan, a lot of people will know that this is he plays for Saint Pauli. Is it St. Pauli? Yeah, it's actually St. Pauli in the German Bundesliga. There's also Felix Agu, currently injured. Several times he was player of the week. Part of the player of the week in Bundesliga. Felix Agu. He can play as a right wing back or as a left wing back. And also, too, we also have Maurice Jens. A lot of people don't know this guy. It's called Maurice Jens. He plays for Mainz in the German Bundesliga. Play for Mainz in the German Bundesliga. And also this goalkeeper called Noah Atubolu. He plays for Freiburg in actually German Bundesliga. So let me just give you a slight background. So David Ogu is actually a very young player. He's just actually 18 years of age. He's still a French player. When you say French player, it still comes on and everything. He's a center defender. He's very tall and a very aggressive center defender. You can see him. He's a no-nonsense central defender. He's not like a typical ball-playing central defender, but I see him like a William Saliba type of central defender. He's gentle in the face, but it's very hard. It's very hard. So a lot of people will know this guy called Nnamdi Collins. Nnamdi Collins is a guy that is never shy of his Nigerian roots. He's always trying to actually associate himself with Nigeria. He was what's it called? It was in the It was Borussia Dortmund before. He was playing he was the captain of the under 19. He did so well. He went for Frankfurt, and he's someone that you see him around his friends. He's always projecting the Nigeria boys saying. So he's a central defender. Nnamdi Collins, and just tell you about his worth £1 million according to his market value currently, and also he plays for Frankfurt. He's for the first team. He's just 20 years of age. Very tall player. And also to Bruno Ogbos. Bruno Ogbos is playing in the Bundesliga, but not playing for Germany on the other age. So he's got a Switzerland passport. And I know that Mr. Kafa will know this guy very well. So he plays for Freiburg too, but he's just also 18 years of age. He's a central defender. Can you see? We have issues with central defenders. The first three players I mentioned here, they are They are central defenders. Very tough central defender too. You can see he's a very bulky guy. He was born in Germany, but doesn't look like, was born in older than Switzerland. Doesn't look like as if he was born there. Very strong guy. You would think that he was born in Nigeria. So, and also the first striker I will talk about is Justin Njima. So this guy did not even talk about saying speculations, Nigeria this thing. He came and Felix Agu on a press conference that their dream is to represent Nigeria Super Eagles national team, despite the worries, despite the problems in the NFF. Some people, sometimes when you see a girl that is not really beautiful, some people will still like the girl. So that's why our shortcomings. You can see that some people will still like us based on our shortcomings. So he wanted to play for Nigeria because maybe his parents. Okay, let me ask you this question, like whether this guy, for him to come out and say he wants to play for Nigeria, do you think it's parental influence or it's just the identity? What do you think? Why do you think so?
Honestly, I believe it's more of the identity. he has been grounded in the culture, and they are like him growing up. He has familiarized Nigeria, and see one thing coming. See, your parents forcing you wanting to do something. I don't believe you come out openly to say it if it's you are being forced. But if it's
Yes.
something you are delighted you want to do, you'll be the one out fronting it and saying, "This is what I love. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm proud of. I'm proud I come from." So I believe is from the boy, and it's not just he identifies as a Nigerian.
Yes, and the guy that just came out today said that he wants to play for Nigeria at the World Cup. That is Oladapo Afolayan. He plays for Sampoli. He's a right winger. Don't forget our right winger is problematic. All this why, and he's how old is he now? He's actually 27 years of age. He's actually in that age that he needs to play international football now or never. He's been playing very well for Sampoli in actually in the German Bundesliga, and it was with them in the second division last year. So I just hope that he can actually continue. He said that he wants to play for Nigeria, and if you look at the way he plays, he's not that skillful, but he's very powerful. You get it? And his position is very good. So for me, I wish that he can actually he can thrive and become and play very well. So next person is going to be what? Felix Agu. Felix Agu is a guy that was about to get invited by Kenneth Raw, but I don't know what happened there. I mean, there was actually miscommunication between his team and Kenneth Raw's team, so he wasn't invited there. I think he went to go and play for January 21, but now he said it too, along with Justin Jima, that their dream is to play for Nigeria. He's a guy. He's 25 years of age now. He can play as a right wing back, as a left wing back, and also as a fullback. He's been in he scored goals for his German Bundesliga club, and he's been like part of team of the week in German Bundesliga. To tell you that his performance there has not been unnoticed. So I wish him also the best of luck. I hope that the next manager can actually consider him so that he can actually be part of this future team. So Maurice Jens is a guy that plays for Celtic and Lorient before moving to his second homeland, Germany. He was in Wolfsburg before going to Mainz. I won't lie to you, I see him like Ekong. He's a leader on the pitch, very tough player too. And he once said that he would like to play for Germany. That one did not hide that he wants to play for Germany. But Germany is not forthcoming now. He has never played for Germany at any level before. So I know that before Justin Njima is 24 years of age. Abela Babs is 24 years of age. So for me, I think that he's a very tall. That's why I like him, and I like him to be like this traditional English defender. I think the way he is, Maurice Jens is how old now? He's 25 years of age. He will end up playing for one of the English clubs because it's a typical, this guy from Brighton, Dunk. He's a typical type of dunk player, the Brighton captain. Last one is Noah Tubulu. I remember our very good friend, OJB, he interviewed Noah Tubulu and asked him about his Nigerian roots. He said that he doesn't want to talk about it. But when you check everything around him, you will see the white, green flag there to tell you that he's someone actually identifies with it. So I wish him the very best of luck. So I also hope that, but it's hard now for him to come and say he wants to play for Nigeria. He will not come and want to be third choice. Because when you see Nwabali and Maduka Koye, and you also see that, Noah Tubulu. So let me just take some questions quickly. Felix Ndokai is not here because we are scouting people playing in the Bundesliga. When we get to Turkey, we will talk about Felix Udokai. Udokai is playing in Turkey currently, yes. When he's playing in Turkey, so we're talking about Nigerian eligible players playing in Bundesliga. I want to ask you this question. The current Super Eagles, you are very familiar with them. Where do you think we have problem in that team that we need?
Where we need to strengthen?
Yes.
3 positions.
Yeah.
Would I even say 3? 3. I'll say 3. So an hybrid, a center back, somebody who can also play as a left back. A defensive midfield, and our left wing. We need a left winger. No, don't let me say defensive midfield.
Not. Do you think we need a left winger when we already
Sorry,
have
right winger, not left. Right winger. Who is inside?
Yeah.
Not
Yes.
left.
I
Who is
think we are.
inside?
Yes, I think we actually would need the right winger. Do you think we need a goalkeeper?
No. If we're putting that in level of priority, I don't think it's top 3.
Yes, I don't think I should. Okay, don't. Yes. For me, I also think that we don't need. I don't think we need a goalkeeper now. I just think that we needed some. We needed. I think the third choice too. We don't have a third choice. I'm not like you. We keep on calling players from.
I was about to say, if we need extra quality, yeah, maybe somebody else can come in. But that's why I say, in terms of priority, that's not. I feel like the most important thing for us now is a central midfielder and a right winger.
Yes. I also agree with you that we actually would need a central. Yeah, and actually what that. So, guys, just let me know about the comment. Let me just hear from you on the comment section too. And let me just go to Odubayo Omobola. You said that Noslin and Ezebo in Italy. Yes, when we go to Italy, we preview those guys. Monso Ogunbade said that Collins now the ready. Yes, Collins is a very, very good player from Frankfurt. Njima and Agu should have both been invited a while now. Yeah, but since they don't invite them now, what can we actually do? So Alpha is a good player. Yes, I agree with you. It's a good player. It might not be the flashy guy there, but I can tell you that Alpha can actually get the business, can actually do the business for Nigeria. And also too, James is a replacement for Ekong. Okay. People are thinking that James can actually replace Ekong. Okay. If we approach him, he will accept to play for Nigeria. I agree with you. First, Doka is playing currently in the Turkish league now, so we cannot preview him currently now. So I think I've advised those on this thing first. I'm going to actually I'm going to off this thing now. I'm going to off the Instagram now. I said it before. I'm going to actually off the Instagram now. So Udoka is playing in Turkey. When we get to Turkey, we'll talk about Nigerian level players in Turkey. Odubayo said that we need center back, left back, and right back. I don't think we need right back. He said that we need the right back.
We don't need right back. Online, no, and Osai Samuel are good enough.
For me too, I think they actually good enough. I don't think we need a right back, in my opinion. I think they actually good enough. So, and I think so. Sorry, I think we need anyone that is good regardless of the wing. Okay, I agree. If we get a player that is good, at least no matter where the position is, the guy can actually just come and do business, for Nigeria. That's actually what I hope so. So, guys, I will soon post. We are now halfway to the program. I will soon post the link, but I'm just trying to actually get one quickly so that we can be able to actually talk about. So that is that about the new players. So next week too, we go to a different country and actually consider which player do you think can actually can Nigeria can add value to the Nigerian national team. So somewhere is that okay? Somebody said Asai Samuel is WWE star. Do you know the reason why he said that?
It's not because of the red card he gets at Fenerbahce.
Yeah, the red card he got when he was actually fighting and everything. So guys, so that is that on Nigerian players. So it's a Scouting Eagles is another segment in this program. We'll go be talking. So next week, move on to a different country, talk about Nigerian EU players there. Guys, we only focused on the Bundesliga. There are some players in the Bundesliga too that are playing for Nigerian descent, but we did not talk about them because we just focused on top talents in the Bundesliga. I can tell you that majority of these players here, they're even ready to actually to wear the green white jersey of Nigeria. So yes, so that was that. And let's just move on to our player focus. Can you predict the player focus we're going to be having today? It's going to be okay. Let me just give you a clue. He played yesterday.
Passy.
No, he's a midfielder.
A midfielder played yesterday. Tomdele Bashiru.
Yeah, it's going to be Fisayo Dele Bashiru. So it's going to be Fisayo Dele Bashiru. So it's going to be our player focus today. And going to actually focus on his strength. His strengths are actually what we did the Iwobi last week. We did the Iwobi last week. So focus on the strength, dribbling, finishing, physicality, actually what drive with the ball. He drives with the ball. I hope this guy that's this ready thing. Okay. 1-2 passing to weakness, actually what tackling, defensive, actually what contribution. It's not that. But not that whether let me just highlight one of his weakness, defensive what contribution. Why do you think Eguavon is playing as a so far back when you know that he's strongly for defense? He cannot defend properly. Why do you think that the coach keep on? Him and Iwobi, they are poor defensively, but Eguavon keep on playing them very close to the back line. Why do you think is that?
Like I said, a lot of our players are profiled wrongly, and it's so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Because see, the thing is, they have the idea of 1994 in the past, JJ used to play this position, and I'm tired. That's in the past. Now you need people that are strong on transitions.
Yeah.
Especially when you are going to be front-footed.
Yes. So for me too, I also think
you need people that once to lose the ball, they are strong in the counter press in the central midfield. The attacking midfielders can still be a little bit undecided in trying to track back, but the central midfielders.
Yeah. So I think I've given those on Instagram enough time.
You have given them enough grace.
Enough grace to join. So I'm going to actually end the stream on Instagram. And guys, as I told you, go on Gan Football 2 on YouTube. He said this thing, you might not be used to it again. Go to Gan Football on YouTube and actually go and join. I'm going to end the stream on because we are going to, after this segment, we are going to who will be the next Super Eagles coach. And that is where the topic is. Who will be the next Super Eagles coach? That's actually what
that's the odd thing. That's the odd thing.
That is the odd thing. That is the odd thing. We're going to dissect who will be the next Super Eagles coach. I can tell you that we have some spies and everything, but let's just hope that we're also right, because in the NFF you can never be right. Let's just hope that. So I'm going to end the stream on Instagram now. So guys, I removed the guys. What is Akwe Grace? What is Akwe Grace? No, I don't give you Gan Football 2 on YouTube. Go and actually join. Make I remove it from this part. Thank you guys. I remove it the Instagram. So yeah, the stream ends on Instagram straight away. So I've already ended the stream on Instagram. So that is actually what that's. So yes, I've already ended the Instagram one. It's on Instagram one. Just thank you. So let's just move on to this guy. So I want to look at some areas, and I think that this guy has played for Nigeria, and we'll actually talk through those areas and how I think that the guy was actually misused. So I'm going to actually start that now. So the first slide you actually have on your screen is Ndidi Bashiru against South Africa. You can see him clearly here that what's it called? The Alex Iwobi passed the ball to him like this. Can you see that Ndidi Bashiru is dangerous when it's close to the area? It's dangerous when it's close to his opposition boss. So it's so physical. This guy that is backing is called I forgot his name, South African defender. He's one of the strongest South African defender during AFCON. You can see the way he actually muzzled him and scored. So I told you earlier, his physicality is one of his major strength. So he doubled and actually he scored that goal. You can see that one actually clearly. And that's why the triangle I put there, that was worth in the use. a defensive midfielder and two attack. I don't know how we arrange them, but one thing or the other, I realized that we were not actually doing well in the midfield that day. This was the arrangement against South Africa. Immediately we lose the ball on transition. Iwobi and Bashiru out of position, and you can see clearly that when Iwobi and Bashiru clearly were out of position, you can just realize that it becomes it's now very difficult. I can still see the stream. Let me see. Okay, no. I think I've stopped. So you only can stop. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Okay, I stopped. So I just want to be sure that he has stopped. So you can see. So just to tell you, I like that word. It's not actually very good defensively. So this was let me just put this one. This was his goal against Libya. You can see clearly that he likes to anything around the area. Dele Bashiru is actually very good. He was arriving late in the area, and Simon saw him. Actually,
he has an eye for goal.
He has an eye for goal. That is actually a very good thing. Finishing is one of his strengths. And if somebody finishing is one of his strengths, I don't think you should need to put him in the area that is going to be extremely uncomfortable. I just think that the coach should look for a way to work out the best position for him in the national team too, so he can actually perform well. So this was his debut game. You can see that in this game itself, he was even ahead of Guendouzi. Can you see?
Yeah.
In that game, he was even ahead of Guendouzi. You can see that this was their early press against Venezia when they took the lead. This was the opening game in the Serie A. It was even ahead of Guendouzi, to tell you that they don't even want him near the box. So they want him high up the pitch. So you can see clearly that that was Dele Bashiru. When they crossed the ball, it was in the box. Can you see? He was in the box and ready to actually to pounce on the ball. So I'm going to tell you that the area that Bashiru actually plays is, I think we are limiting him by putting him in the double pivots. For example, now against Rwanda in Kigali, we put him in a double pivot. And I think I'm going to get the screen actually see if I can be able to show some parts of that game. Sorry, I'm going to see maybe I can be able to show some parts of that game because of I can see maybe I'm able to show some part of that game too. So let me just see maybe I can actually bring that slide up so that you guys can be able to see exactly what I'm talking about, because I don't know, maybe you guys can see this one. So I just want to, I'm going to try and bring it out. So let me just continue with this. So you can see this one too. Can you see? You can see how high up it was against Venezia. It was trying to take on his marker. You don't get that one from a defensive midfielder. Do you expect someone like Rafael Onyedika to be in that type of position? You don't expect that. So I'm just trying to say that it's not as if I'm trying to talk down on the coach. I just think that the coach needs to actually watch out what this guy is doing for his club and how it can be instrumental. You can see that it's on the same line with even the forward players to tell you that his major strength is his attacking. Look at it now. This was against Venezia. He was waiting to pounce on that ball. That's red circle actually was put there. It was ready to actually to pounce on the ball and actually deposit the ball in the net. But I think unfortunately I don't think they scored this goal. So this was his goal against Dynamo Kiev in the Europa League. You can see he was going for a true ball. Can you see? You can see it was shoulder to shoulder with the last defender. That was number 7. It was going for a true ball to tell you clearly that this guy's strength is his major attacking outlet. So the more you want to limit him, the more you actually if you want to limit him, you put him very close to to the defensive line. Then you're not going to get the best out of him. He cannot make from the back for you. His major strength is for him to actually to go forward and actually go and attack that opponent. And the moment you keep on playing at any defensive midfield, I think it's going to be a big problem. So he scored this very beautiful goal, and that was good. So this is assist too. Can you see? He assisted Bumandia and actually in that game. So that was that. So that I want to just talk to you briefly about Dele Bashiru. So for you now, I know that he's no longer a newbie national team again. He has been national team for a while now. He has scored 2 goals for Nigeria. And how do you rate this guy's talent?
Honestly, I rate him highly because he's somebody that when I watched his first couple of games for Lazio, I'm like, there's something in this guy that can be unlocked. I feel like if we play with him, we can play in the Super Eagles, we can play an Onyeka and Ndidi to sit him behind them because he has an eye for goal. He will be on the right flank, Lookman, and Osimhen up front. So I feel he's somebody that he has the ability to give us something more than what we are seeing presently to Super Eagles. If he's in the game, if you are marking Osimhen, Osimhen can give Osimhen a long ball, he can knock it down for him, and he'll get a goal.
Yes. I think his biggest strength is that playing close up front. Yes.
Even with that, defensive solidity would be strong because they have an Onyeka and Ndidi, and they will even have less thought of defensive work to do. Because he has his physicality, he has the drive with the ball, the 1-2 passing. So I feel like he's a very good, he's a good player. Don't let me say very good, he's a good player, which we need, just like we need to profile him better to get the best out of it in Super Eagles.
Yes, for me too. I think that the moment he adapts very well in this area now, he goes start getting game time, and as soon as he starts getting game time, I think that we can use him better in the national team because with this type of player, we can play different formation. And so I can tell you. So, guys, I'm going to post the link for you to come on because I don't want to spend too much time here today. The final area we're going to go to is who will be the next gaffer of the Super Eagles. So the link is actually the comment section. You guys can actually be able to go on the link and be able to join with that link. So you guys know that for months now, I'll not say for a few weeks, for months now, since February this year, the NFF means what? Nigeria Football Federation. They've been looking for a competent manager to handle our national team. And we have been dilly-dallying. We have been going up and down. We experimented with the judge. It didn't work out. We experimented with Osnet Guavon too. Things were going sideways, before the NFF president himself decided that no, I think we need to actually have a new manager. According to reports, the new manager is going to have 8-month contracts. It's going to be 7 months or so, like between 6 to 8 months contract. Then will be renewed after the World Cup qualifier to see. So, and I know that I just hope that the man qualifies for the World Cup because some people will be waiting that if he didn't qualify, they will.
This is the foreign base you have been looking for.
Yeah, they are the permanent coaches in the NFF. So they're waiting for him to fail so that they can come and take him out. They will do everything within their power for him to fail so that when he doesn't qualify for the World Cup, they will come and take Nigeria to AFCON. Your prayer no go work. You know yourself now. The way did that, we are thinking that you won't escape the World Cup qualifier when they bring the man come, play World Cup qualifier, and you now come back and come and coach and at the tearing capacity again. Where the last AFCON, where you go, now second round you come out. We don't, God no go agree for you. So guys,
amen.
Amen. No, the clinic is already in this thing. Okay, you can just use it. So yes, so now let me just when we welcome Nigerian football,
Mr. Dedotun, Forza Milan
for life.
So let me just
Lookman Forza you tonight.
Let me just ask you this question quickly. What do you make of Lookman?
Lookman Forza Dale.
That boy is a beast.
Yeah.
I don't want to use your word. The last time you said that Lookman is a killer. That boy is a beast. He is a beast.
Yeah.
For I told you that Gasparini said that you wanted us to cash out at the group stage of the AFCON because he took Lookman to the airport.
Sorry, can you stay in the middle?
Okay.
Please, can you stay in the middle? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He wanted us to. He didn't want us to qualify.
Yes.
For AFCON then because he wanted that boy, and that boy is going week in week out. Lookman, yes. I'll keep saying it, is a blessing to Nigeria.
And if I'm not mistaken, guys,
Nigeria, I'll tell you.
I think Lookman is our best player now, if we're not mistaken.
Yes.
Let's just take it that way. And I also saw
100%.
one player too. He came in for 10 seconds after the game. I don't go mention the player's name. He came in for certain seconds. So, guys, so I know that I don't know, he's going to be very soon because he's asking to something very urgent. But let me just go to who will be the new manager. I was talking about that. So now, guys, let's try and actually look at the short list of who do you think will be the man that will take Nigeria to the Mundial. So this is the players people actually have. So the first one is Roger Smith. A lot some of you actually we know him very well. But you know, if you are very familiar with the NFF, sorry, I think that I can see echo. So I don't know, maybe you can actually just off the other device. I don't know. Please off the other device. You're used to listening to us. I don't know. Maybe there's echo coming from somewhere. Okay. So if you are NFF, very well. If you are, these are due to speculation actually. If you are used to NFF, you will know the coach you will employ. You will know the coach you will employ. If you are used to NFF very well, you will know the coach that the NFF will actually will employ. But let me just give you the profile quickly of these coaches. So the first one I see here is Roger Smith. So that is his last job was Benfica. He was a Benfica manager. So a very pragmatic, a very there's a no nonsense coach. The guy that you cannot actually put your finger into his eyes. He's okay. He's gonna actually bite you. He's a disciplinarian. So and his favorite formation is like Genetro. Is 4-2-3-1. Unfortunately, I don't think we have any player to play a back four system. So so he can also adjust and actually play a 3-4-3 formation, but occasionally he plays like a 3-4-3 formation. But I have observed that when it's like going away from home, okay, right. So I've observed that when it's going away from home, it tends to actually play like a 3-4-3 formation. So it's just a guy that's trying to actually be conservative too when actually playing away from home. He also play like a 6-6 too, a 4-4-2 formation. So that's his formation, but his preferred formation is 4-2-3-1. So I'm going to actually welcome my another guest here, Chris from Germany, as you're joining quickly. Oh, sorry. So I'm going to welcome my another guest here, Chris. You can mute yourself, please. Chris, can you off the device? Okay, just off that one.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Can you off the device? Yeah, I am. I'm. Hold on a bit. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was watching on both channels. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. Okay, no problem. So next one is going to be Guest Poet. A lot of you guys, if you've been following the Obi-Wan podcast, you know that he went to Mikel Obi, discussed with Mikel Obi about the Super Eagles. The NFF contacted him too about the Super Eagles job, and he just asked about how it's like in Nigeria and everything. His last job as a coach was actually he coached Greece national team, and he failed to qualify for the last Euros when he lost to Georgia in this final playoff. He lost to Georgia. So I think when he lost to Georgia, he lost his job after that game. So from there, he's actually unemployed. So his last game as a manager was March 26, 2024. The last game for Roger Smith as a manager was actually was August 30, 2024. So this man, a lot of people familiar with him. You don't need any introduction. It's called Rafael Benitez. So it was he granted one interview about 2 weeks ago based on is he going to be available for a national team job? Is he going to be, what's his next step now in his career? He said it's going to be he wants to coach a national team. So they tried to tell him that are you going to coach Norway? He was just focused on saying that he wants to just coach a national team. And players are saying that he might actually be opening to actually to work in Africa. But his own formation, from Liverpool, he was in Liverpool, he was in Chelsea, he was everywhere, he was even in Inter Milan. So his last job was in Celta Vigo. Imagine he was sacked in Celta Vigo. So you won't say that he's actually what at his best. So he can play a 3-4-3 formation and also what a 5-4-1 formation. But let me just start with Roger Smith. Do you know any of this manager, Idoson? And what can you say about them?
Okay, I know the three of them.
Yes. So I talk about.
I know the three of them, but I know Rafael Benitez more as a manager than the other two. But we all knew Gospoye when he was playing, was a rugged midfielder.
Yeah.
And I think I followed him in Greece. In Greece, not I didn't do well. I think the job was just too much. That match I didn't qualify against Georgia. I'm going to tell you now, because in Europe, you all will agree with me that Georgia is one of the most formidable teams now in Europe, because now they got some crop of players that are doing very well. So losing to Georgia, to me, is like Nigeria losing to let me say,
Senegal.
Now, so that just it didn't do value in but when it is up in football, you are being employed to qualify. If you don't qualify, you lose your job. I think that's just the reason. Then Roger Smith, I don't think he's a bad coach too. But Rafael Benitez, I'm scared of Rafael Benitez, because sometimes it's like, to me, he has a little similarity with Iguavon. He can start well, but by the time you start dealing with him, you look as if he doesn't know how to. He's not a good coach, but he has not had to do that national team before. If I'm going to pick one, I'm going to pick Gustavo Poyet, because he has done a national team job before. I get people, national team is a different ball game. It is different from club side football. So, but if I'm going to employ, I will vote for Gus Poyet.
Yeah, let me ask you. Let me also go to Chris. So, in terms of nationality, Roger Smith is actually what, German. Poyet is actually what, Uruguayan, American, and Chris Benitez is Spanish. So, in terms of like football philosophy, Chris, which one do you think can actually work well for Nigeria? Is it going to be the German football with Roger Smith? Is it going to be the Spanish football with Rafael Benitez, or the South American rugged style of football with Gustavo Poyet? Which one do you think might actually work, even help Nigeria?
Okay, for me, I think in regards to the setup of the national team and how it is, and we know how unprofessional they are, I think the best suited person here is the German, because Germans are very how do I say, like, they are no nonsense people, and we need a coach that can stand his ground and be able to instill his plans on what he wants to do. Because I think when you look at Genepro, he was able to do that in some at some level. So for me, I think the German is going to be I'll pick the German, because I feel like just that alone will be able to, because I think, like, being a Super Eagles coach is not a joke, man. Like, there's a lot of things you're going to encounter. Like the stuff we spoke about, like you spoke about the other day on your live, about how they forced the government to pick players. These are things that you can't try with a German. So it's something that like it will come with some resistance. So I think for me, I will definitely go with the German, because
so are you going with German because you are from Germany?
No, I think that also, because like I've lived with them. I know the kind of people they are. I know how, like, they are brutally honest, man. Like, they will say to you how it is.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. I'm still coming to you. I have to ask this question because because it's you that can answer it. Who among them do you think the NFF can hold money? Who among them do you think the NFF can hold money?
Ah,
Who,
if I'm
who
going to
among them that will
let me
not run away when they owe him money?
ah, are we because if I want to look at I'll think Schmidt because I believe that I know gospel yet. I think he still had that mentality as a player. We all knew when he was playing. We knew kind of how ferocious he was. We were very disciplined. Then he was somebody that he was a player that never took nonsense of anybody, not from even from his teammates. We all knew him, you know. But I don't think NFF want to go to player because he's very disciplined. And when I check the look at the statistics record in Greece, 22 matches, he won 12 matches, you know. Yes, he won 12. He drew 4 and lost 6. And lost 6, which is already a good record for him. But they might want to owe Benitez because he's a calm person. Benitez is calm. Roger Schmidt is a German. We've had German tacticians that they owed. They owed a fellow German.
Yeah.
So I think the only person they can owe is Roger Schmidt because he's the less known among the 3 of them. Or let me say lesser known among the 3 of them. Because we know gospel yet, Benitez, the second speaks for him. He has handled many beatings. Liverpool, Madrid, Napoli, all the beatings. So the second speaks for him. I don't think they can do nonsense with him.
And if you thank you. If you look at, let me just talk about these guys. If you look at, if you know the NFF very well and you look at, you know them very well, there's one obvious choice here. Is the man in the middle. I have to be honest with you. Is the man in the middle. They will look for someone that, because, for example, now, I think Obimike already explained to him that you won't get paid, though, but you will work with what? With the best players. So for him to actually agree already that, he might not be actually be getting money, I think that, he can actually work with them. And secondly, too, Rafael Benitez, I think his dream now is to take a team to the World Cup. Do you think he actually fancy chances with Nigeria? I think so. If you look at the groups very well, that okay, I have a away game against Rwanda. I think could be if I talk to a manager that can go to South Africa and go and beat them in Johannesburg, he's go with Rafael Benitez. That can go and at coach Hugo Bruce and beat them in Johannesburg.
I agree with you.
Yeah, he's go with Rafael Benitez. So that is my personal take. Benitez is a coach, not a league coach. He's a knockout coach. He's okay. He's a guy that knows how to get into cup games and do well. Do you think he's past his best? I don't think so. The manager will be a manager. But I just think that when he sees the depth of players in the Nigerian national team, I think that Rafael Benitez will actually take Nigeria to the World Cup. I hope the sport ministry can put this one through. I hope that they can actually be able to remove everything, because these guys on the screen now, I don't think that the expert is the cheapest. But I don't think that I think the NFF, and if we hire Benitez, we win the AFCON in Morocco. I agree with you too. If we hire Benitez, we might probably win the AFCON in Morocco. It's a guy that can know how to just knock out manager, quick fix. But what I know is that if we get in, we will qualify for the World Cup. I know that. So you can mute yourself, please. You can hear noise from the background. You can mute yourself.
I think it's Chris, not me.
Okay, it's Chris. So I just let me just ask you this question before Chris gets ready. I'm going to go to Chris too. Richard Smith, his preferred formation is a 4-2-3-1. Which players do you think can help Richard Smith succeed in the national team? I think
all our players can help him succeed. Because you know why? I never believed our players would play the formation they play for Parcero at the AFCON. What these guys need is a disciplined coach. Our players can, all our players, Nigerian players, can play for him any formation.
Yeah.
All they want they just want to respect the coach. That's why I say I agree with you that they want to respect Benitez of his name. He has coached world-class players. And that was like I said, even coaches too, they know people the coaches people that are better than them.
Yeah.
You can't if you go boost this Benitez, you go boost be convinced that this Benitez, you know better than coach Man, than coach Liverpool, Madrid and co. The man will be jittery. Like I said, Benitez is going to coach Hugo Bruce.
Yeah.
But I still agree that all players can play, they can help any coach with any formation. All they want to just be coach be disciplined. They are going to get job done for him. Thank you.
So yes, thank you. So for me, I think the 4-2-3-1 formation, I think he's going to use a double pivots, double six. The way our national team is structured, I think it's going to be Ndidi and maybe probably Onyedika in that midfield. And those two guys, very important to that formation. And up front, it's going to be Lookman. You know, I just hope that he can actually get it right. But for me, this is the formation that Genetro used to use. You know, and it seems similar German formation. You know, a 4-2-3-1 formation. But you know, the only drawback in this formation is that we don't have the talent to play a 4 at the back system. And the reason why we cannot play 4 at the back system is because of our captain, William Joseph. He's not comfortable in that 4 at the back system. And even Samir Ajayi and Kevin Bassey cannot even play at the 4 at the back system. Yes. So even Balogun and Eko cannot. So for me, it's going to be a very big issue. But Chris, what can you say about Roger Smith's 4-2-3-1 formation?
In regards to the defense, you know, like you said, the reason why we can't play the back 4 is because of Akon, you know. But also, I think like there's a whole lot of things that needs to be for Roger Smith to be able to carry that formation. We need to cut some players off. We need to fix some part of our team, because for me, I do believe that our defense and our midfield is still below par. Like there's still a lot of sorting out to do, you know. And I think this is the period where we need to start easing Akon out of the team. It might sound crazy to some people, but I think this is the time we need to start easing Akon out of the team and try to create, get 2 center backs that understand each other. Because that is like that is where we need to start from if we want to really build a team that can go to the World Cup and compete. We need to start from getting 2 center backs that are good and can play with each other.
Yeah.
Because for the midfield we have Onyedika, and I think Onyedika and Ndidi as a double pivot is good. It's quite balanced, but we need that defense to be locked in. And we have Bassey, and I think Bassey is good, but Bassey is too rash, man. Bassey is too aggressive. We need someone that's calm, you know, someone that complements his, you know, his style.
But I want to ask you a question. Do you think that Susan Darabioyo, because you know, he doesn't have any option of going to Nigeria? Do you think that Susan Darabioyo will complement him in that defensive lineup? Because the way they were doing for Fulham together last season.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you think that it's much work?
I was really, you know, I was thinking that by now he should be playing for Nigeria by now, but I think if we can get him, that is a good start. Because at Fulham they understood each other, and you can see both of them. You can tell that Tosin is the cam
Yeah.
back, and Ekong was. But the only thing now is that Tosin is not fast. You understand?
Yeah.
And I noticed the game they played against
But
Liverpool, how he struggled
yeah.
with keeping up with Luis and Salah and those guys.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's that we need whoever that's gonna partner Bassi needs to be fast. Because in the region that we play, we have very fast players, and that's something that Ekong struggles with.
Yeah.
Fast players.
For me, I think that the guy from Besiktas. Well, when we get to Turkey, we'll talk about him. The guy from Besiktas, I think can actually be a good replacement or sub for Bassi. For this guy, he's a very tough player. His recovery is mad. So
we need that. This is what we need.
Yes.
I want to say that I think Tosin can fit in. I want to say Tosin can fit in, and because I was in most of it, I was in match that season when he was playing Bassi. I think they have that chemistry, they have that chemistry.
Yeah.
Another player that I don't know his age though. Another player that I want for us to look at is that guy that moved from Eimba to Austria. That guy has been playing, has been doing well week in, week out. But my problem is just that these were players that would have tried or tested, during the when we had the 2 friendly windows, but we didn't take advantage of that because the coach then just wanted to win the 2 matches, maybe just to save to get the job. But unfortunately,
I want to ask you a question about that Austrian guy. When last did the Austrian-based player play for Nigeria?
I think it's been long. I think the last one I played was Olarewaju.
Did he perform?
Not really did perform well, but
another player playing was Akuegbu. Remember?
Yeah.
What came out of it? See, he needs to leave that Austrian league and go and test himself.
But when Robocop played, Robocop did well. Even though he left.
But you cannot say Robocop was a mainstay in national team. Let's be honest. You cannot say Robocop was a mainstay. He was just somebody that will sit on the bench and don't forget that even the time that he was even playing, it was in Sochaux.
He has gone to Sochaux then.
Yeah, he has gone to Sochaux. So for me, so let's quickly look at because I'm wrapping it up now. Look at
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Let's say you are one of these coaches, and you get a job. How many players do you think you need to cut from this team?
For me, if the manager, and I'm saying it here. Some players are against the NFF employing a foreign coach because they will not get invitation.
Yes.
They know them. They will say that with the year saying I won't collect foreign coach. We don't hear them. So I don't know maybe you can show us this thing. So for me, I will not invite Yanacho for now.
Yes.
I will not invite him for now. And for Chukwueze, I will invite him, but I will have to look for a player that can play in that position so that he knows that when he's coming, he's not guaranteed of playing. And I think Yana Shaw is actually what the major culprit. I have to actually make sure I would get rid of him in the national team. So let me just for me, like I told you here, the guy that if you're going to employ any coach, the guy that will be national NFL can be able to talk to and employ is the guy in the middle. That's how I just think. But let me just look at Rafael Benitez quickly. I know that it's going to be if Tengira could pull up employ Rafael Benitez, it's going to be a very big coup. So let me just look at Rafael Benitez. He uses 3-5-2 and 4-5-1. was it not 4-5-1 that Pastor was using, and we nearly roast him during AFCON. 5-4-1. Sorry. So for me, I just want to pick out one formation here from Rafa Benitez, a 3-5-2 formation. I think if Nigeria want to get a result against Rwanda in Kigali, it's going to be a 3-5-2 formation. Or you use a 3-6-1 formation.
Mm-hmm.
You need to take the ball off Rwanda. They must not have the ball.
Yeah.
When they don't have the ball and you have two players up front, Lookman and Osimhen, you will kill them in Kigali. You will kill them in Kigali. You will beat them in Kigali. Silly. If you have those two players, Victor Osimhen up front and Ademola Lookman, I hope they are fit there. With a very strong midfield, you will beat them. Because you will stab them on the ball in the midfield. They will not know the movements of those boys up front. That is where you will punish them. You cannot go to Kigali and play two midfielders. You cannot go to Kigali and play two midfielders. You cannot. It's not possible. They will run rings around you. We're going to struggle again. I don't know why our coaches don't listen. So for me, Benitez is my favorite, but I think that with what I'm hearing, I think it's going to be Gustavo Poyet. So what's your favorite, Chris? And just say finally, who do you think will get the job?
Like you said at the beginning of when you posted the picture, you said if you look at it, you already know who the Benitez is just there just to spice up the drama. You understand? So I did for Roger. I don't really know much about Roger, but Goose I know much about him because during the Euros I watched some of the games. So, but me personally, I would love to see Rafa Benitez, coaching Nigeria. That would be like the highlight of of watching the Super Eagles. But we know that's not happening anytime soon. So I'll go with Goose.
Me too. I want for Rafa Benitez, because that would be. You can't tell me that if you get Benitez, that people will not say we've got a world class coach. He's a world class coach. If you get Rafa Benitez, he's a world class coach. So it'd be a good thing for us. But maybe because I love Gustavo Poyet's personality when he was playing. I don't know him as a coach. I'm sorry, I don't know as a coach. But when he was playing, there's a player that always ginger. He was someone that always ginger the team. The way he commands respect the team. So I wish if he can translate that to his coaching, I think I want him to be, because I want someone with discipline, someone that can charge the players. I want someone that can charge the players, and some of the players, they knew him when he was playing, they saw him play, I think they want to respect him. That if he respects himself, they're going to respect him. That's why I say I want for him to be I'll prefer my number one shot to be Rafa Benitez, but I can't get him, so we'll get Gustavo Poyet. I'll go with Gus.
Yeah. Okay. For me, I think if you have to count the votes now, Gustavo Poyet is leading by 3-0, and you already had a very good and long discussion with Mikel Obi. I think that if the guy becomes Super Eagles coach, he might probably bring Mikel to work with him. Yeah, he might likely
that would be very, very, very nice.
Yes, it would likely bring Mikel to work with him, because Mikel knows the terrain very well. And Mikel is not a coach, but at least Mikel can just be there to actually just support him and show him the way. And the good thing is that Mikel is still in the good books for some of the NFF people, because he was like, oh, I called them, I called this person. They are still calling each other. That they are not cursing themselves on live on TV. So that means that it's still in the good books of the NFF. I wish them the best of luck. But what I'm hearing is that this time around, the presidency will support the area of a good manager, and they're going to release funds too. I just hope that the presidency through the Nigeria Sport Commission can put the manager if they're going to pay him in their payroll, don't release the money to the NFF in their payroll, so it can like be like a government worker. The way Cameroon do, the way Cameroon do for their coach, it's like a government worker. So after every month, the Cameroon government will pay that man. Are you getting me? So it's like a worker. So when you working in immigration, you are collecting your salary. The Nigerian coach too also be collecting his salary. It's not as the bank account, the internet is the network is not good. That's the popular say in Nigerian bank. Network is not. So that at the end of the day, these guys will be able to actually qualify. But for me, if they say that a manager that I can bet maybe say £2,000 on that if it gets the job, I will go to bed. I will just hear that Nigeria people are playing music in the background. If to play Nigeria will just qualify for the World Cup, I will go for Rafael Benitez because I know that he will do the job. But unfortunately, I don't think Manchu will get the job. But you can never say never. Let's hope that he actually gets the job. But let me just ask your thought about our topics today. Chris, you want to say anything about what we have been saying today? When did you join? Yeah. And also, I don't want to. So, Chris, let me hear from you before we wrap it up. So the link is here if you want to join the discussion. Yeah.
Okay. First of all, I wanted to say that finally we have candidates for the Nigeria coaching position from coaches that just recently coached had a team, like, because before like the last time normally they hire a coach that the last time he coached was like 2 years ago. So at least we can say that these guys just they're still fresh, they're still they have done something. So that for me is exciting. And also talking about I watched the segment where you guys were talking about Iwobi, and seeing him now the way he's performing, I'm so happy about that. And I feel like when we get a good coach, we can really see more from him and get a coach that can utilize him the way he's being used at Fulham. Because I feel like at the national team, it's just we don't utilize our players the way we're supposed to use them. Because I saw you guys spoke about it in one of the segments. So and I'm not happy, and it's so amazing that we have players right now that they're going through like their prime. We have Lookman right now, we have Iwobi right now, and Osimhen is doing his thing. So and also Aina is on a mountain right now. So I hope that we can utilize these things and these guys can go to this World Cup, because it will be a big shame that if we can take these guys, if we can get a good coach that can take these guys, that can get the better of these guys and take them to the World Cup, it will be a massive shame. So yeah. I'm already looking forward to going to Canada and watching the game. So yeah. Guys, you guys understand, there's not every single day. Smith knows every single day. Like, there's no day when I see Smith post on his story, I rush to go see whether I see the coach or anything. Because, bro, like, I need to see Nigeria at the World Cup, man. I need to see Lookman. I need to see these guys at the World Cup. Because after this World Cup, the next one is going to be when? And by that time, these guys are already in 33, 32 and stuff like that. So we need to really, really, really get to the World Cup.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what
I don't think. Yeah, your take.
Yes,
quick take.
Yeah, I agree with Chris, and that's why I'm happy with this news. But I don't want to go with any of these comments when I said it's Lambert. That none of them will super good, because if any of them should be signed, I think all these Felix Agu and Co. It should be easier for these guys to come Super Eagles.
Like Smith, if Smith has going to be the coach.
Yes, even Smith, every one of them. God, they look outside, they see God, the one result. It will be a thing of joy for the guy to come to. So it will be easier for them to come to Super Eagles. I'm sure by then we'll not be getting players from EFU, all those Segida big stars again, which I think will be a thing of joy, you know. So I want for us because, like what you say, it's like the next World Cup, we always call it destiny changing World Cup.
Destiny changing World Cup.
That one you always call it that because
yes,
some people
it's a destiny changing World Cup. Canada. Canada.
Yeah.
Canada.
So that like I've been saying, I have business to do here. If they can qualify, it's easier for me. It should boost my morale to go and do that negotiation, everything. And that's what I want us to go. And another thing, for these boys, aside the foreign born and the few ones that were born in Nigeria that have served this country rigorously, that have done well for the national team, I want them to at least to feel the taste of the World Cup. Because if these guys don't qualify now, I'm telling you, they cannot go to the World Cup again. They cannot.
Yeah.
They cannot.
I also agree with you 100% that this is now or never. But, on this point, this is where we should wrap it up. I want to appreciate everybody for actually joining. We started from the home front about the Chan Eagles, and we'll give you next week. We'll preview the game between Nigeria and Ghana. Then, just to let you know about that game, talk about the Nigerian under-17 national team too, the Flamingos. We discussed about our new segment, Scouting Nigeria abroad. We focused on the German Bundesliga. That is where Chris comes from, Germany. We scouted 8 players. We took out Antonio Nosa because he's not eligible again to play for Nigeria, and also Karim Adeyemi is not eligible. But I can tell you that Karim Adeyemi's issue is still debatable. But for now, he's not eligible. We took them out, so we focus on the 8 players eligible to play for Nigeria currently. So next week we focus on a different country. I won't tell you the country. So we're going to pick out young stars that can actually still represent Nigeria at any level. You want to ask me a question, before I continue?
Yes, like if Karim Adeyemi is still eligible, would you want him to play for Nigeria?
I will just bench the guy in your club straight away. Then Adeyemi takes his space. There's no business. If that one can be Fufu playing for Nigeria. Fufu? I will take Fufu.
That boy is good. I will just say this thing now. I think I will just say this thing as the FIFA World Club competition is the most useless competition in the world, because I don't see any reason why you're going to leave out the second most successful club in European competition in the inaugural World Cup.
Let's leave it. Old glory. Don't pass. In the last, how many years ago I don't win the Champions League? So thank you guys.
The British are not happy with it.
Yeah. So guys, just if you have any suggestion about what you want us to actually discuss, send me a DM, and we're going to talk about it. And next week, we're going to be previewing another player that you should focus on our player focus. And also in our Scouting Eagles too, we also focus on the country when we talk about the players also eligible to play for Nigeria. We're doing this because one of the I won't say top officials, like around them, once approached me that I beg, can you give me the list of these boys? I beg. So that means that they don't know some of these guys. They don't know some of these guys. So can you give me the list? They don't know. They don't know some of them. So they don't know some of them. That is it. Except the guy called, or maybe the guy get friend for Super Eagle. He can't send his friends. My friend did this place. So like there's one player that happened to. I don't mention the player's name. So I just hope that they cannot perfect too. Maybe some of them are busy doing different in Nigeria. They don't understand, but at least if they know now, they know that the guys are available to play for Nigeria. That's what I might take. I'm not saying that you invite any player, just invite players that can add value to the national team. So, Chris, thank you for returning. You are welcome back to the program. Thank you, Chris. And I thought soon, so just announce this program. There's going to be trivia. I thought soon, and Dagbada is going for a face-off. So it's not going to be live. It's a trivia. So if you want to participate in that trivia, we will send you questions to go and do assignment. You must pass the assignment first before coming to our program. You know, you cannot just come and disgrace yourself. I remember bringing on every year. It was just saying, in fact, he could not answer any question. So, so this time around, I thought soon, and whether they have been tested, so they are going for a face-off. It's going to be 2 rounds. I'm going to tell them the rule for the round. So the first round will be to identify a particular player, not by picture, by his career movements. To identify which year Nigeria used this lineup. So you have to be able to guess, and there's no chances to change answer. You put a lineup out. Which year is this lineup? That is the first round. I hope you are not shaking. The second one is that you give you a graphic about a particular player too. You tell us which player is this based on their club movements. Yes. Some data too. So it's going to be a very good face-off, guys. Watch out for that. It's not going to be live, but we're going to record it and post it. Actually, on this platform. Chris, again, thank you for joining. I thought too. Thank you for joining too. So Eagles manager will be ready by January by God's grace, according to reports. So, but everything will be done this month.
When is the AFCON? Okay.
So,
when is the African Footballer of the Year award?
It's going to be next Monday. Not this Monday, sorry. The next one. Okay. 16th of September December. So I might even be live in Morocco there because you never know. I'm still trying to prepare. So thank you. I just thank you, Chris, for joining. Yes, we see you again. Thank you.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for actually joining. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, share with your friends too. I remain your host, Smith Lai. See you again next Friday. Thank you and God bless you.